Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Hope everyone had a great weekend. Um, it was nice to get away from the charts for just a little bit. But good morning, good morning, and hope everyone's ready for a jam-packed week this week. We've got a lot of economic events happening this week. A lot of data coming out. FOMC later this week. Apple earnings this week. We've got a lot of earnings coming up. At the beginning of the week as well. So make sure you guys check out earnings calendar and then the economic events channel as well. We'll kind of give you all of the economic data that we have coming out for all the releases coming out this week, all the way through Friday. So for me today, coming into the week, obviously on a Monday, I always like to come in with a little bit less of a risk on approach until I kind of figure out where the markets are going and what's setting up for us. So my watch list today, I've got I've got Mara on the watch list because we are over a big key level at 918. Those of you guys that are in stream, you can see it up here. Let me pull it up on the big screen too, so it's easier for you guys to see. So we've got a pattern on Mara on the hourly. We've got a wedge pattern. We've broken out of that. We've got a key level here at 918, and we're pushing off of that so far. The key here is going to be Bitcoin, like I said in the watch list channel. When we look at Bitcoin, the key is going to be the breakout over 35K. I think I had a typo in the watch list. I put 38. 38 is the target if we break 35, but 35K is the key on Bitcoin. If we break out over that level on Bitcoin, then I think we're going to be able to trade some of the miners like Mara, like Coin, like Riot. And for me, Mara has just been a really, really good trade for us lately. So when you look at this pattern right here, we can see that we've got pretty fluid price action. Once we break 918 back up into that 1046 level, you can see it here. 1046 fell right back down to 918. So if we push off of 918 and the $9 level, I would expect that we can probably see that 1046 again. And if Bitcoin does break 35K and go to 38, 40K, I think we're going to see a move up over that 1166, maybe back into the $13 area on Mara. So that's going to be a top watch for me early this week. Tesla is another interesting name that's currently in, like that price consolidation type of setup here. Let me show you guys what I'm looking at on Tesla. Here we go. A lot of levels on Tesla, but that's a good thing. A lot of actionable levels here. Essentially, if we break out over 210.61, looking for 215 to be that next level to the upside. And then if we break 215 on Tesla, I think we've got a chance to get 220, 225 area. So I'll be watching this break to the upside. Huge volume shelf on Tesla at 215. First target, if we break 210.61, I'll look to trade to that 215, 216 level, and I'll probably scale, at least half of my position by that time because that could be a big rejection point right there. But however, if we do get over, you can see when we hold 215, we typically make that move up to 220 area. So if we hold 215, I'd look for a move into the 220 spot. So potentially 225 calls early in the week on Tesla could be a nice trade there. SPY, just going over SPY, what's going on here. Kind of give you guys an idea of what I'm looking at. Let's go into the 5-minute. Let's turn on the extended so we can kind of see where we're at. We're just consolidating in pre-market right now. Not a lot of range. We do have a wick to the downside on Weevil to that 412 area. But you can see here, we're just consolidating on this name in some type of consolidation pattern here in the pre-market session. So the key for me is going to be pre-market high and then 414.80. Essentially this area right up here, right? We've got 1, 2, and if we can break through this, I think we're going to see some upside into that 417 area. However, if we can't get over that and we lose the 413.34 level right here, I think we could see 412, 411, and then obviously 409, kind of that low from Friday. So we've got actionable levels to play on each side. Personally, since we are in a consolidation pattern, if you want to trade SPY, one of the things that I might look to do or at least suggest is wait for this range to break right here. Wait for the pre-market range to break, right? Because we're stuck between 412.70 and 411.90 essentially. So basically $1 of range in pre-market. Once we break that, then I think we could see a nice move down to 412 or up to that 415 area. Oxy and XOM are the two that I want to talk about real quick because they're interesting setups here. XLE is pretty weak. So if we look at like the larger time frames on Oxy, you can see here in pre-market, this is kind of like a nice little bear flag that's setting up, right? We've got a little consolidation pattern here on Oxy and this bear flag. really big sell on Friday, and then here we've just got bear flag, and so we could potentially head down to the 61 14 level, and then underneath of that I've got 59. If we go out to the daily, you'll see this a little bit more clear, right? So 61.14, then 59.26, then I don't have anything down here until about 55.83 on Oxy. Now XOM is interesting too, and XLE is weak in pre-market, but this is XOM. So if we look at XOM here, actually let's keep the extended on just to show you guys what I'm looking at here. This is an interesting setup for me, right? Because if we look at XOM, we've bounced at 105 on October 6th. We've bounced at 105 on October 11th. We have bounced at 105 on October 27th or Friday of last week. So if we break 105, looking for 102.84, and then on the daily time frame, we do have room all the way down to that 100 psych level here on Oxy. Under 100, then I'd be looking for move down to that 96 area. But if oil sells, Oxy under 105 is going to be a huge trigger for me. So I'm going to be watching that, for a breakdown, because I think that could be a really huge play for us. And then lastly, SoFi. You guys asked about IV crush plays. SoFi is one that is within the implied move. It was a 18.3% implied move. We're currently up right now 10.6% in pre-market. Looking like we're flagging in pre-market. So this could be an opening drive that, just rips up, but we are already up 10%. So just be careful if you guys are going to play that. We'll take a look at contracts at open, see what they look like, see what the opening volume looks like. It could be a dip and then a rip type of situation here since we're up so much in pre-market. But we'll keep our eyes on it and see what we get. But that's going to be what I'm watching going into open today. Not too many names. But as you can see, Bitcoin sector strength. So looking for upside on Bitcoin, looking for downside on oil names. And then we've got some names that are consolidating like Tesla. Meta looks like another interesting name today. So not going to try and do too much on a Monday. But I do think we have some actionable charts that are setting up with some really nice setups for us going into the week. And like I said, guys, we do have a lot of data this week, so make sure you're checking out the economic events channel. I'm gonna link this in premium chat for you guys. That way you can just go there and see, because like even today we've got four points of data coming out today. Tomorrow we've got almost 10. Wednesday, not too much on Wednesday. And then a lot coming out on sorry, that's tomorrow. We don't have any data coming out today. Tomorrow we have four points of data. Friday is going to be a huge data day for us. But I'm just going to link this in premium chat for you guys, so you have it to take a look at it for tomorrow. Yeah, so we definitely will have some market maker, whatever you want to call it, funny business going on for sure this week with FOMC later this week. And then all the data coming out. So that's why if you guys find yourself in SPY or QQQ, any of the indices, make sure you're taking a peek at that data. I don't want to see anyone get into something right before data drops, get stopped out on an algo candle, or get crushed on an algo candle. I'd rather not see something like that happen. So just be careful with the data. And I'm wondering if a firm sees like a pop off of SoFi at open. We'll see what we get. Qs are pushing up in pre-market. Nvidia looks pretty strong here. Meta looks pretty good. If Meta can break 300, that could be an interesting opening drive play. We'll also watch Mara here. Position sizing on the 2K is going to be around 450 today, guys. All right, SoFi So far trying to hold. Nvidia got a pretty big stick there. SPY looks like it might be breaking out to the upside. 413.90 is the key spot. The SoFi $9 calls are interesting to me for this week because they're only $5 right now. But I'm just watching. Meta got a big explosion over 300 guys, and Mara lost 918, so Mara's coming back down. QQQ big rejection. SPY never made it out of this consolidation area, so no trade on SPY just yet. Now SPY's pushing out of the consolidation area. All right, I just got filled on some SoFi 8.5s, guys. Small size here, only 12 contracts. Fill was $12 per contract. Currently up 21%, 25, 30% now. 40% on SoFi. 791 is the key level here. All right, so I just sold half of the position there, guys. Looking for the 791 breakout on SoFi. SPY finally moving out of that 413.90 demand zone. Mara looking really interesting if it can hold this 918. Big move on QQQ. Nvidia really pushing along. Ideally, we'd be able to take SoFi all the way to the implied move. If you got in with me at $12, they dipped to 11. Currently up 25%. And I've got six contracts left. There goes Nvidia, new highs. Meta's about to break pre-market high, it looks like. So now I'll just look for a pullback on the indices, guys, since we've got range breaks to the upside. SoFi, really nice trade to start. 38% so far. Yeah, if Amazon can break 131.63 supervisor, I don't have anything until 133.50 on Amazon. Here comes a high of daybreak on SoFi, I think, guys. Back to 25% on these 8.5s. High of daybreak now on SoFi. 791 is the key spot here. Meta looks really good for continuation to the upside. That was a name I mentioned. If we got over the 300 level, we could see a nice move up. Still no pullbacks yet on SPY and QQQ into those EMAs. So just patiently waiting for a pullback now that we have established trend to the upside. And I am watching Amazon, guys. 131.63 is the key level that I'm watching there. Meta's popping over, going for 303 now. 305 is the next level up I have on Meta. 414.80 is a key spot here on SPY. If you guys zoom out and look at the 15, you'll see we rejected here on Friday. So if we get over this, I think we've got room up to 415.36, and then we've got 417.55 as the next level up. Similar to QQQ here with the 350 break. We break 350 or 349.20. I think we can see 353. Yeah, Tesla's got to break 210.61. QQQ target hit 325.26. I'm going to set an alert on Mara over 930. Oh, wait, it might get hit right here. Mara might be getting legs. Yeah, there goes the Mara alert. Meta is absolutely ripping, guys. That was really the trade. Once we broke 300 on Meta, now we're at 304.50. Here goes Amazon. This is a key spot on Amazon. We break this, I think we can see 133 on Amazon. And keep your eyes on UPST as well. Tesla finally trying to break. $225s on Tesla are about $90 a contract right now. I want to wait till we break 210.61 before I actually take these. And then the target over that's going to be about 215 on Tesla. I still like Mara guys, but I don't want to chase high of day. I want to wait for these pullbacks on some of these names. Good thing we didn't take Tesla there because those big rejection at 210.61. Everything's at a key resistance on my on my chart right now. We've got Meta at 305.37, which is a key level. Spy at 414.80. Amazon at 133.60. 131.63. UPST's pulling. No, guys. SoFi stopped me out on the last three cons that I had. It went 38% for us to the upside, so can't complain too much about that. That was a nice green trade off of open for us. And we only had like 120 bucks in the trade, at least for me. Keon has it, I think. 4145 is SPX target. Spy's breaking out though. Over that key level. QQQ's breaking. There goes Mara to the upside. Still no pullbacks for me yet. And that's when I want to be taking trades, is when we get the pullback. Yep, exactly. You don't want to front run. Meta was the play at open, guys. It's up 3% on the day already. That 300 break took us right to 305. $5 move in the last 15 minutes. Amazon, big rejection at the key level, which is why I don't like to front run. Tesla, if anyone tried to front run that Tesla breakout, big rejection on that too. I really think Mara can get going if Bitcoin continues this trend up that it's on right now. Meta, Spy, QQQ, everything's pretty smooth. Jay Coolio, large cap perspective. I'm gonna take Mara $10 calls, guys, at $35 a contract, 10 contracts. Mara 10 calls, $35 a contract, 10 contracts, 350 bucks in this trade. Just because Bitcoin is starting to trend. However, if SPY rolls over, we'll have to be quick to cut this because I don't know that Mara is going to be able to continue up if SPY can't continue up. QQQ, new hive day. SPY over that 415 level now. So now I think we've got room to 417.55 on SPY. And Meta is just absolutely going. I'm going to look at Amazon too here because if Amazon breaks this, which it is, I think we've got room on Amazon up to 133.50. So right now in Mara 10 calls and Amazon 134 calls, guys. Those are the trades that I have open at the moment. Tesla is selling back down into that consolidation pattern. Here goes Amazon for new hive day. I think Amazon has a chance to get that 133.50 spot, especially with QQQ over 350 now. Meta now over 306.50. I'm sick we didn't take Meta. That was the trade. Amazon over 132 now. 10% here on Amazon. Ideally, Mara breaks high of day and shorts start to cover on Mara. We're already up 6% on the day on Mara. We've seen this name be up 20% in a day, and if Bitcoin can get going, I think we'll have quite a day. All right, 15% now on Amazon weeklies. Here comes 20%. All right, I'm selling one contract here at 18% on Amazon. Looking for the 133.50 spot to hit. New hive day again on SPY. Like I said, guys, if SPY got over 414.80, I think we have room up to 417.50. Tesla is absolutely drilling. Wonder if there's news coming on Tesla. That's quite the sell. SPY's putting in a nasty 15-minute candle right now over under the 200 EMA. Big wick over the 200 EMA though on the 15-minute. 414.80 is the key spot again. So if we get a 15-minute that rejects that, that's probably a supply and demand trader's dream to scalp downside moves. Bitcoin is breaking down from that 9 EMA, which is why I sold the Mara. It looks like we're getting our first pullback into the 13 EMA on the smaller time frames here on QQQ and SPY. We got about a minute left. Let's see how this candle shapes up. But this is a pullback that I think is actionable to get long on once we pull back enough. I don't think we've pulled back just enough yet. Poor Tesla though. Here comes Q's down to the 13 EMA. The nice thing about SPY is that we're getting the EMA is kind of lining up with the key level that I have, which is why I'd like a deeper pullback to get in on this, but we just popped high of day, so that might have been the only pullback they're going to give us. Yeah, Drew, I think 417.50 is the next spot up on SPY. Once we broke 414.80, I've got nothing. They completely changed the look of this 15-minute candle too that closes in 3 minutes now on SPY. Our other two contracts on Amazon are back up 15%. SPY's had one red candle on the 5 today, so that's where the strength is at. I just really want a deeper pullback on SPY for us to get long. Because what I don't want is them to pull it all the way back down to the 13 EMA key level of 414.80. That'd be like a 30-cent drop from here, and that would definitely stop us out if we're taking zeros. Really got to nail the entry on zeros. Be careful with the AMD, Pedro, because they have earnings tomorrow. The contracts might be juiced with IV. All right, this is like my A plus entry setup here on SPY. Going to be looking at 417 calls if we get this pullback. All right, I added 6 contracts here at $48. I'm going to scale into this position because my position size that I'm looking to have is about $450. Here's the pullback right here. All right, here we go. 10 contracts at $48 per contract for me on SPY, 417. That was the pullback. Now I just want to see if we can go make a high of day. Q's pulled back into the EMAs as well. Meta's continuing its grind up. But this is an actionable pullback. I'll take 10 out of 10 times. All I'm looking for is a high of day break here and then a continuation up into that 417 area. The only thing I don't like about this trade is Tesla is absolutely drilling. But as long as we can hold 414.80 on the 5-minute, I think it's a nice setup. NVIDIA is trying to hold the 415 area as well. There's the pullback into the 13 EMA on QQQ. Now the key here is going to be to see if SPY holds 414.80, that key level on the 5 minute. We got 3 minutes to go on this candle, but that's the ultimate level that I want to see hold on SPY, and I'd like to see us push higher from here. This candle's going to stop me out, guys. If we can't hold the 9 EMA here, I'm going to have to close SPY. Tesla just keeps selling. So SPY's holding the 9 EMA right now. No, I'm still in Amazon. SPY contract's only down 15% right here. Amazon, our net P&L, we're only down 10%. I want to see if this is potentially a liquidity sweep. Tesla could bounce really hard here at 205. If Tesla breaks this 205 spot, then I'll get short in Tesla with a target of 200. 1 minute to go on the 5 minute candle here. Amazon still holding that 9 EMA. And again, Amazon net P&L right now sitting at negative 7%. SoFi, I haven't even looked at SoFi since we got out of that one. I don't like buying calls on SoFi on a downtrend. Um, that's just me, but you could certainly do it. Amazon's holding its trend, so I'm gonna stay in these 134 calls on Amazon. And this is a big spot on Tesla here. Amazon, we're back green on the position now. Meta was the play, guys. Like I said, once we broke 300 on Meta, the high of day now is 308.21. That's the play that that's gonna bite me today. I think I should have been more active on Meta. I think so, Detective Blunts. We just need to see 414.80. Supervisor, as soon as we broke 300, the 300 breakout, I think was the play. Such a huge psych level that a lot of times you break it and go. The 300 psych, 100, 200, 300 psych, those big levels like that. Um, that's where you kind of you grab it with your risk being a move back under the psych level. All right, Amazon is back green for us. Meta's exploding. Probably going to go to 310. Wow, Mara did hit high of day, huh? – 309 on Meta now. 309.40 is the high. Average is 129, Dempsey. Our net P&L is up 6% right now. When I say like what we're at, it's net. It's not open. Potential tweezer bottom just put in on SPY there on the 5 minute. The exact level's 205.21. At least that's the level that I have. I don't know what anybody else has, but that's the spot I'm watching. If SPY can clear 414.80, I think we'll see the move back towards highs at 415. Um, Meta's kind of carrying us right now, the whole entire market. Nvidia, this might be an actionable pullback here on Nvidia into the 9 EMA. Apple, potential pullback into the 9 EMA at that 170.24 level. Here goes Tesla. If Tesla loses this, guys, this will be the short for us. There's Tesla short. I'm going to close SPY here with Tesla pulling the way that it is. And I just got filled on Tesla 190s, guys. 190s at 119, 5 contracts. But under 205 was the actionable short for me on Tesla. Amazon's still holding that 9 EMA, so I'm still in those other 2 contracts on Amazon. Scaled one, still have two. Net P&L is at -2% right now. If SPY falls back down into consolidation here, 413.90, that consolidation from pre-market, if we fall back down into that, 413.34 is the next level. And then below that, I see the 200 EMA at, about 412.80, and then 412 to the downside. Did Mara get a stick? Yeah, it did. Is Bitcoin going? Yeah, it is. After it lost the EMAs, it faked me out. Potential double top on Bitcoin, but anyone still in those 10 calls on Mara should be up relatively decent right now. We had them at 35. They're currently at 38, so 10% or so. SPY back down into consolidation from pre-market. SPY's 5-minute is now underneath both the 9 and the 21 EMA. QQQ looks like it's going to pull as well. I'm going to close out the Amazon trade for a net L of 4%. And Tesla's going now. All right, 10% here on Tesla. SPY back to that 413.32 level. 203.80 now on Tesla. 15% on these puts. On the 190 puts. At this point, I would anticipate Tesla to come down to the 200 psych level the way we're selling with QQQ selling. $20 now on Tesla here. Amazon's breaking down from the EMAs now. QQQ is trying to lose the 200 EMA on the 2-minute time frame. Meta's losing 305.37 key level. New low of day on Tesla here. Really want to see the 200 psych level on Tesla. That's kind of like the first target here. I'm going to scale 2 contracts right here. All right, so I just scaled 2 contracts, guys, at 25%. Still holding 3 contracts. We're up 25% right now. SPY getting ready to lose the 200 EMA on the 5-minute. So every single target's been hit to the downside now on SPY. rejected 414.80, fell down to the consolidation target at 413.90, fell down to 413.34, just fell down to the 200 EMA. If we lose the 200 EMA, guys, I think 412 is the next target down. QQQ's flirting with the low of day snap as well. Mara looks pretty decent. Yeah, that's a nasty daily candle. 791 was a big rejection there on SoFi. I've got my alerts set on Bitcoin. This is a huge breakout on Tesla to the downside. Could turn into a potential swing, and maybe it will. It just depends on how the day goes. I just don't like that we've got FOMC this week and some of those other things happening. We're back to 23% now on Tesla puts. I think these do have a chance to do something pretty cool if we can break low of day. And if we go to 200, guys, this is where the big move will happen on these contracts. The next key level I have is 199.77, so essentially the 200 psych level. And then under 200 psych, I've got nothing until 196. If that happens, I think these contracts gain some pretty huge premium value. 30% now on Tesla puts. 35% now on Tesla puts. SPY just needs to break 200 EMA. QQQ still hasn't made a new low of day yet. Net P&L on these Tesla puts is 30% right now. I'm going to sell one more contract here at 33%. So I've got two contracts left. We're sitting up 35%, 40% now. Amazing on Tesla. There goes SPY under the 200 EMA on the 5 minute. New low of day on SPY as well. New low on QQQ. Under 202 now on Tesla, sitting up 43%. About to hit 50% on Tesla puts here. There's 50%. Amazing move on these contracts so far. 201 now. Like I said, I think we are going to go to this 200 psych level. 60% on Tesla. It's just free falling, guys, right down to 200. This is where I'm going to be looking to take a little more off, closer to 200. I've got two contracts left, so I'll probably scale one more at the 200 psych. Oh, wow, we're free falling now. Contracts are skipping. 75% now on Tesla. I'm going to sell one more right here into strength. I just sold it at $2 per contract. So now I've got one more contract. And I'll let this one ride out. If we lose the 200 psych level, the next level I have down is 196. So scale and trail, that's how you scale out of a contract at. Hopefully, you guys were able to take some of that Tesla with me. But it was, yeah, there's something going on underneath the hood, Swaggy, for sure. Straight selling. Moment of truth here on Tesla, guys. This is the battle royale, the 200 psych level. We break 200. This is look at what happened last time we broke 200 on Tesla. I'll just show you if you guys are on stream. Broke 200 last time, fell all the way down here to 175. So that's why this is such a huge spot on Tesla right now, because we could inevitably fall to 175 this week, which kind of makes me just want to swing this position. This is when we started selling last year too, end of December. If you guys remember, Q4 was huge downside. This is the potential type of swing trade on Tesla that has the opportunity to go from, average at like $1.19 to potentially $1,000 a contract if we gap down tomorrow and if we continue to sell aggressively today. IWM flipped red. It did. Wow, what a smoothie on that name, Will. Just straight selling after we lost the EMAs. SPY doesn't look too healthy. All right, guys. I took SPY 410 puts here, 7 contracts. Looking for a low if they push. New lows on Tesla. If Tesla snaps 200, I think SPY can pull down pretty aggressively as well. Let's see if we get this move to the downside. Tesla new lows, 80% now in Tesla. SPY looking for a waterfall to open up here. 5% on the SPY puts. Just got our first 5-minute candle close under the 200 EMA. And now we're selling Tesla at 200 here. 200 just hit to the penny on Tesla. Like I said, moment of truth right here on Tesla. Vince, they're typed out in 2K. I got 410 puts, $34 a contract, 7 of them. If Tesla loses a spot, guys, we're going to 196, in my opinion. Based on the levels that I have, that's where I'm playing to. That's my target. And then under 196, I have nothing until 191 and then 188. So could be quite the ugly sell if we lose 200. Which looks like we're about to lose on Tesla. These sellers are just relentlessly hitting it. Look for a big impulse sell here if we lose 200. Here it goes. 201. If we go here, guys, you're going to see it. You'll see these orders right here. We got 14,000 share order at 200. 26,000 share order at 200. There we go. We just lost it. They took him out. They took the seller out. Or the buyer, sorry. Buyer's gone now. That's exactly what I was thinking would happen. Huge move down now. Tesla contracts are at 90%. Someone was bidding for 26,000 shares of Tesla at 200 trying to prop it up. And you guys could see it on the tape right there on the stream. $105% now on Tesla. These contracts are absolutely exploding. 110% now. Guys, the 190s are going insane. Net P&L 60%, 120% on these contracts now. SPY, I'd like to see the move down to 412 now. Under 412, we got 411. Man, what a move on Tesla. 210 to 198 today. $12 a range to the downside in the first hour. And all we did was catch a small piece of the pie. We didn't even catch the whole move. There goes SPY. 20% now on SPY puts. $130 now on Tesla. QQQ selling pretty aggressively. Looking for 412 now on SPY. 30% here. A little bit of a relief bounce. Whoa, that's a big bounce on SPY. Tesla back to 200 now. Tesla just popped $1.50. $200 test now on Tesla.
Yo, strap people T-Dog, bro.
Is it popping?
Yeah, like nonstop.
Oh, yeah, it is. No news on it yet, though?
Yeah, no, nothing. Just falling. Probably Kathy blinds it.
Dang, I didn't even see that message from Rod. Might have to get
Yeah, he
like
posted it earlier, so I was watching.
I'll have to get like a Rod alert or something. Wonder if it's like activists too. Someone in T Doc buying at $15 a share.
Yeah, that could be.
Because it hasn't been this low since we haven't been at this level since
Since 2018.
yeah.
Maybe a potential buyout offer comes
20,
into this
20
video.
yeah, actually 2016 on my charts, the last time we were at these levels.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you're right. If a buyout offer comes, you never know. It's really cheap. Like $30 a share or something.
That would be wild if they did get a buyout offer.
The contracts are not really moving though at all.
Wonder if like end of the year leaps make sense on T Doc.
Yeah,
This
potentially.
chart's like pretty bottom. I got a kilo at 1528 on the daily, and if we lose this on the daily, I got nothing until 1237. So could be a short term bottom right here. SPY still looks really weak, Pedram. Like on the 15, we're just pulling, or the 5, we're pulling back into the 9 EMA. We're consolidating on the 2-minute time frames. Well, never mind. Now we're popping.
Guys, these probably go worthless, but I'm gonna take some just in case they do end up getting used. I'm gonna take some T-Doc 18 and a half at $1. A very small size for me just in case they end up getting used or something.
My one contract on Tesla, the one runner, still up 55% on it. That's why it's crucial to scale out, guys, because like our net P&L is still 45% on that trade. Almost a 50% trade, full position size. So if you guys just hold and hope and hope and hope and hope, like that's where you get ran over. But if you actively scale, that's where the base hits start to add up. Yeah, I'm still in half my position strain. I scaled half at 25%, still holding the other half in case we reject this 413.34 area. Yes, sir. Tesla just pulled back into the 9 EMA here. So goal is trend traders to stay exposed to the trend. If we continue, if we put in like higher lows, higher highs, then I'll get out of Tesla. But for now, I'm gonna stay exposed to the trend. All right, Tesla net P&L back to 50% now. Pfizer's going to cut 791 jobs. All right, Tesla's coming back down, guys, to test the 200 level again. See if there's a bidder on the tape again this time. Oh, it just broke 200. Yeah, there's not a big buyer, man. Last time there was that buyer, some active buyer trying to buy 26,000 shares of Tesla at $200 per. $5.2 million order block sitting there. All right, so that was just a pullback in Tesla's trend, it looks like. Now what I want to see if Tesla makes lower lows. Are we going to break 198 to the downside? That'll tell me what's kind of going on with the trend on Tesla. You asked Ripster last week. You asked me a lot, like what relative strength, relative weakness, continuing to make lower lows, lower highs, or higher highs and higher lows when the overall market is trading sideways. That's wild. I don't see any wicks on Tesla. Let's go to actual. Yeah, no, I don't see it on Weeble. That's super weird. Is anyone else seeing the big wicks that Drew's seeing on Tesla? All right, yeah. So some people are seeing it, some people aren't. It's weird. That's so weird. Yeah, I'm not seeing them at all. If Spy's 5 minute closes above the 21 EMA guys, I'll close the last half of the position on the 410 puts. If we stay underneath of it, I'll stay exposed to it. There goes XOM downside. I mentioned on the trade idea floor, just our trade signal floor, just pay attention to that XOM. If we break 105, that could be a really nice, easy trade. Kind of like how Tesla was under 205. That could be a really nice trade to the downside as well. Two and a half minutes on this 5 minute candle. A lot can change in 2.5 minutes. So again, I've only got half the position left. So let's see what this brings us. Still holding on to my Tesla runner. And that might turn into a potential swing. So SPY is now going back up and testing the consolidation range, the breakout range, that 413.94 level, guys. Like I said, if we break if we close over the EMAs, which it looks like we're going to, I'm going to close out the rest of my SPY shorts here, just because we're getting an intraday trend break. All right, out of the last half of the SPY 410 puts, just holding into Tesla 190 puts now. And again, keep your eyes on XOM because I think that could be a really nice downside move.
Bro, where is the T-Dog news at?
Is this still going?
Yes.
Damn. That's got to be an activist.
Yeah. If it's an activist and they drop that, well, depending who it is, I think this thing goes nuts. Probably back to like 18, 19, 20.
For sure. Yeah, I think so too. Watch SPY, guys, because SPY might go back to 414.50 now. Tesla really just hanging on by a thread, I think, before we get another pull down. Tesla back under 200, guys. So still watching Tesla here. Looking for a low of day push, honestly, is what I'd really like to see on Tesla. I just don't know if we're going to get it. That's what I want to see. I want to see us break 198, head to 196, and then under 196, I think we get 191. And so scalpers, guys, if anyone's scalping, essentially what we've got here, I'll show you guys from pre-market. Let me drop it here in chat so you guys can see it. But that consolidation box from pre-market where we were in a lot of consolidation, we're essentially right back there right now, right? So that's why I said if we can break out of this on the 5 minute, I think we're going to make that same move to 414.80. If we reject here, we probably fall back down, um, back down to that 200 EMA spot, down in that 412.80 spot. Back to 100% here on Tesla. And again, this is the trend. This is staying exposed to the trend as a trend trader, what you're trying to do, right? We pulled back into the EMAs. Now we're looking to see a new low of day to continue to make lower lows, lower highs. Sorry, guys, in Discord. I think I was on mute. I was on YouTube, but I don't think you guys could hear me here. What I was saying was that Tesla pulled back into the EMAs. And so what I want to see now, we're back up 100% on Tesla, 105%. on these puts. But what I want to see now is a new low of day, because as a trend trader, we want to see continued lower lows, lower highs, or continued higher highs and higher lows. And Dempsey's right here, guys. Spy, I've got a level at 413.34. We broke out over that level on the 1105 candle and went all the way to 414. Now we're underneath of it. I expect us to fall down to the 200 EMA bottom of this consolidation zone from pre-market around 412.80. And if we lose that, then I think we'll see a move back down to that 412 spot. And with Tesla, as long as we're continuing to make lower lows and lower highs, I'll stay exposed into the Tesla trend, even in the overnight session, if that means we swing. Yeah. Yeah, I'm watching XOM here. Technically, you could get into XOM and try and join this trend to the downside. The only thing I don't like about that is that we bounced very, very hard at this level on Friday. We held it. So ideally, what I'd like to see here, Bryson, is a break under 105. Let me actually just show you on the bigger screen why I'd wait for this breakdown. Right. So here's why I would wait for the breakdown on XOM instead of trying to front run it. You can front run it if you want to. But for me, it just makes more sense not to front run. Tesla back to 120%, by the way. So on XOM, guys, the way to play that is wait for that 105 break and then look for the retest of that. SPY is pulling now. New low of day on Tesla. $130 now on Tesla. Those SPY contracts worked. If anyone held on to those. XOM drilling, 135% now on Tesla. $140 now on Tesla. 196.65 is the key level that I told you guys about. That's what I'd be watching. under 197 now. Here's 150% on Tesla. So trend is still down on Tesla, guys. Exactly what we were looking for. Continuing to put in lower lows, lower highs. It could be a bullish indicator, detective, but since we broke down, the what I'm curious now on the on SPY's 5 minute is, are we going to put in a lower low, or is this a lower, or is this a higher low basically? Right. Let me take off the consolidation pattern. Let me take off the EMAs and let me show you what I'm talking about here. So check out this trend line on SPY's 5 minute. That was a really nice scalp to the downside, but what you want to see is another new low put in to continue trend to the downside. If we stop here, what's going to essentially, what markets are telling us is that we could be putting in higher lows right now, because SPY never made a new low of day. Very, very range bound today on SPY. Nice work, Pedro. Good work on that. We only got 25% on the first round, but that second round probably went really, really nice. And if we can somehow make a low of day, that'll be even better for you guys that are in it. I'm currently just sitting in Tesla up 108% right now. All right, here comes Tesla back down, guys. Again, 196.65 is the key level that I have. Yeah, SPY. Just be careful trading SPY, guys, because we're in range again. We're just kind of stuck in pre-market range. Let me show you guys if I were to add pre-market, turn off the EMAs. You can just kind of see how we're kind of stuck in this range. And when we break out, we get little moves to the upside and to the downside out of the range. But for the most part, it's kind of range bound on SPY. So those are conditions when I don't want to be deploying zero DTEs too heavily. Um, Anyone that was going to get into XOM, hopefully you didn't get in on that low of day. You want to get in on the pullbacks on the EMA or wait for that 105 break. It's all about probability, guys. Trading's all about what's going to give you the highest probability, right? And trading in range on SPY is probably not a very high probability setup to take long or short because you're in consolidation. You have no idea where we're going. Pullbacks in a downtrend or an uptrend, in my opinion, are very high probable setups. Sometimes you just need to simplify just a little bit. New low of day on Tesla here, guys. Back to 150% on Tesla. If we can lose this 196.65 level, I don't have anything until 191, which these 190s are probably going to see a pretty big increase in value. Again, guys, SPY just in consolidation right now. Not anything that I want to be putting on a trade for, specifically on SPY or even QQQ, because Qs are in consolidation as well. Here's the update on Tesla, guys. If we break that spot, you can see I don't really have anything down until underneath here, about 191. But you can see we're holding, so we'll see if we hold it or if we lose it. Yeah, it does look like Amazon might be breaking upside a little bit. The only issue I have with that is just the overall markets aren't really showing any strength right now. Um, that being said, Amazon does have a little bit of relative strength compared to SPY and QQQ right now. Amazon's up almost 3% on the day. Tesla obviously has relative weakness, comparatively speaking, in the markets today. SPY is at about 0.64% green on the day. QQQ is 0.7%. So um, after a small gap up, we're holding some value on SPY and QQQ. With Tesla pulling us down, Amazon pushing up. Meta has relative strength as well, up over 2% today, and Apple is trading sideways. Big money, I think, is waiting on Apple. Yep, Amazon 131.63 break again. XOM also looking very, very good to the downside. But I would wait for that 105 break on XOM. Me personally, that's just me because you saw on Friday how hard we bounced there. And so for me, it's just not worth it to get stopped out. That's why I said I'd watch it on the trade signal floor, just keep eyes on it under 105. And I think if we get a move under 105 on XOM, we'll see a very, very similar move to Tesla losing 205. First target on XOM, if we lose 105, guys, is going to be 102.84. And then underneath of that, you got the 100 psych level. Which again, I don't know that we fall that hard on XOM today after we had the big sell yesterday, but on the daily chart, you can see we're at a crucial spot right now. Let me turn off these EMAs and just show you guys where we're at on the daily. XOM has room to fall here. And so the play for me is going to be break Friday's low, basically at 105. Friday's low is 104.96, right? So 105 snap on XOM, actionable to the downside for a move to 103. $2 move on a stock that's at 105. It's almost a 2% move to the downside. That's where you want to be deploying money from a probability standpoint, in my eyes, based on how I like to trade. All right, guys. I have to jump on a call here at 12 o'clock. I'll be right back. Um, yep, I'll be right back at 12:30. So about 30 minutes. I'll be right back. Just be careful if you're in SPY in that consolidation. Still hanging in on Tesla, by the way, guys. Still holding Tesla. We're continuing to make lower lows, lower highs. So gonna hold that one, and I'll be back in just a little bit. Hey everyone, I am back on. Sorry, I had to take that call. Lasted a little bit longer than I thought, but still holding Tesla short. Trend is still down on Tesla. Again, I want to see if we can continue to make lower lows and lower highs. So far, so good on Tesla. We are pulling back down into this 196.60 level. I've got what is the level I have? 196.65 is a level that I have. We're currently sitting up 140% right now on Tesla. So if we break this level, I think this could really be a huge, huge trade, guys, because I think the next level we have down once we hit 195 is going to be about 191. So yeah, we're currently up 145% here. If we break low of day on Tesla, really looking for this massive sweep to send us down into that 191 area. Wow, save huge volume. Wonder what that volume is on save. Does anyone know? Yeah, there's no saving save. Oh, merger trial. Okay. Tesla's now down 5% on the day. New low of day on Tesla. 196.65 is my key level. If we break this, I don't have anything until 191. I think the Spirit deal is with JetBlue, right? JetBlue and Spirit Airlines. That's what the merger was. New lows again on Tesla, but again, we gotta break that 196.65 level. We break that, we'll see a nice move, I think. It's interesting because QQQ is just consolidating. Potentially breaking downside out of consolidation. And here's the Tesla right at the key level that I have. But you guys see how staying exposed to the trend can really do wonders for you. So just by staying exposed, not selling, we're now up 148%. And if we lose this spot, I think we'll see a nice 200, 250% move on these 190 weeklies. Really tempted to swing the 190s just for this week. Like I said, this type of trade that you can take it, and these things could be worth like $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 on Friday if we just continue to sell. Depends on what happens with FOMC this week. Hopefully, no one front ran XOM. Here's my here's the Tesla 4 hour, so you guys can see that big gap. New low of day on Tesla. Here we go. 196.65 broke. 160% now on Tesla. We are drilling on Tesla now. Just when you thought Tesla couldn't go any lower, it breaks that. Now down 10, almost $11 on the day, 5.25%, 160% now on Tesla. Getting ready to break 196 now on Tesla. All right, we snapped 196. Now let's see if we fall to 195. That'll be the next big spot here. But the huge level is going to be 191, guys. Nothing until 191. Hopefully someone was able to catch Tesla with me. Net P&L now is like 68% on Tesla. We're up about $400 on this trade. Huge 15-minute candle close, guys, too, on Tesla. I think we just ride this puppy out. We probably see 190 this week. To put things in perspective, let me go back to the big chart here for you guys on YouTube. 2 weeks ago, we had a 15% move down on Tesla, $40 move down. Last week, we had a $4 move down. Already today, we're already having $11 move down. So if we move 20 more dollars down, Tesla goes to 175 this week, and we're in 190s. So has the potential to be a massive swing trade this week on Tesla. We broke a huge volume shelf. Toast, high volume. Oh, yeah, it is massive volume. What do the contracts look like, though? Not bad from a contract perspective. All right, so really nice 15-minute. Tried to reclaim 196.65 on Tesla. Rejection so far on the 15-minute candle. Rejection on the 5-minute candle so far. So it looks like we are going to continue trend down. SPY's trying to pull back up over the 413.34 level. QQQ has inevitably dropped out of this wedge pattern that we were looking at on the 5 minute, so we could see some accelerated selling down on tech names, um, namely led by a name like Tesla to the downside. All right, back to 175% now on Tesla. Like I said, just gonna keep riding this guy all the way down. Um, Till it tells me that we shouldn't be in it. We just stay exposed to the trend as long as we can. New low of day on Tesla. 180% now. 185. More new lows on Tesla. At 195 levels coming in hot. Sitting at 188% now on the Tesla position. Just this one contract alone, guys, the Power of Runners has netted us $223. So the open P&L on the one contract we have left is 230 bucks now. We're getting ready to break 190, 195, and we're currently sitting up 198% on our open P&L. Here's 200% on Tesla puts. 205% right now. Tesla's selling aggressively, but like SPY and QQQ haven't sold yet to a new low of day at least. All right, guys. 1 o'clock. Great day so far. Gonna hold on to this Tesla contract. Want to see if we can really make a move down to 191 today. If we get back up over 196.65, I'll probably just close out. But again, I just want to stay exposed to the trend as long as I can. And you guys see the power of holding one runner. One runner turned into an additional $225 on a position for us that after we had scaled out of everything else back around 30, 40, 50%, we held one contract and it turned into an additional $200. So that's the power of leaving runners and having targets to play to the downside instead of just taking everything off the table at say 40% or 30% or whatever that number is. Letting your contracts work for you, letting your money work for you when the trade is still valid and in trend, that's huge to have the ability to do that. Hold your runner. So when people ask, how do you hold a contract for so long? You guys just saw me hold a contract all the way to 208% on Tesla. And I'll continue to hold it as long as we stay in trend. And this might go to 300% and then 400, whatever it is, right? Like we'll just stay in the trade as long as the trend is our friend and we're staying exposed to it. That's all we want to do. So very good day today. Stopped out a few times on SPY, but luckily we didn't continue to try and trade SPY, at least me personally, because when we got back in that range, just a lot of chop today on SPY, a lot of range, a lot of chop, not a lot of actionable directions and setups, in my opinion. Even now, if we look at SPY, right, like I'll show you guys, we're still kind of in chop, in trend, or not in trend, in chop. Right, but you can see there's SPY. We're just in this wedge pattern on the 5 minute. Go to the 15, you'll see something very similar. Go to the 30, you'll see something very similar. Go to the 1 hour, right, and you'll just see that we're range bound. We're stuck. Big doji candle on the 1 hour time frame. So that's all I got for you guys. Hoping the market commentary was good today. Hopefully you guys see exactly what I was trying to play. We saw the 205 break on Tesla, that huge level, and we just got massive accelerated selling after 205. If you guys zoom out and look at larger time frames, you'll see on the 15 minute. Let me show you this chart on Tesla before I leave, because I think it's a good teaching moment. We'll talk about it tonight too, because we're going to do a market review since there was no Sunday scan. I'll talk about this trade specifically. But on the 15, you'll see we sold through 205, came down, and we never got back over that 199.77 level on the 15-minute chart. We never got back over 200 psych level on the 15-minute chart. And then what happened? We fell down to our next level at 196. Then what happened now, right? We broke down through 196.65, and we've tried to retest on the 5 minute a few times that 196.65, and we've rejected. So below this, I have nothing until 191 if we lose low of day on Tesla. QQQ looks like it's going to break lows as well. So just keep that in mind. But I'm going to stay exposed to the trend as long as we're continuing to make lower lows, lower highs. That's the formula, guys. Just stay exposed to the trend as long as you can if you're in puts, if you're in a downtrend, and stay in your calls for as long as you can if the trend is continuing to trend up. So that's all I got for you guys today. Great day today. I think we're going to have more range once we get some of these earnings out of the way. SPY hopefully will give us a little bit more range. We had a nice drop from 415 all the way down to 412 today at like the 10 o'clock hour, but outside of that 10 o'clock move, SPY's been kind of a nothing burger in my opinion, especially for deploying zeros. You don't want to deploy zeros when you're in chop because You deploy zeros when you break a level and have, the potential to fall $3 or $4. That's where the zeros can explode for you. That's what I'm looking for, at least. So I appreciate you guys being on. We will do a market review tonight. Oh, Drew, you have no idea. I don't know if you were with me. Not last time, but the last 2 times Apple reported earnings on Thursday, they were within the implied move. We took it like 1,700% both times. Apple can be an absolute monster if it stays within its implied move. Because every single time Apple has had earnings, actually, before I make this claim, let me go back and look real quick. But I'm pretty sure every time Apple's had earnings for the last 3 times, we have had a massive green day off the earnings move. Okay, so last earnings report was red. But let me show you the day that I'm talking these contracts went absolutely crazy. That big the day after where you see the earnings symbol, that was the move. We had a 3.6 2.4% day up, but the bottom of the day, we opened that day at 147. We hit a high of 156. It was like a $10 move on Apple intraday. So Apple has the potential to see some massive, massive moves outside of earnings. So, but just keep your eye on SPY on the consolidation. Look for Qs to break low of day. If QQQ breaks low of day, that could be a trigger for tech shorts. But like Drew said, yeah, we do have like Will said, we do have an Apple event tonight at 8 p.m., which is interesting. So keep your head on a swivel if you guys are going to be trading SPY or QQQ, swinging it overnight because of that event. So appreciate you guys as always. We'll talk to you soon. Let me know if you have any questions or anything that comes up, but we'll do a review tonight. Maybe we'll do it right after the Apple Apple event at 8 o'clock, so we can kind of talk about what's going on with the Apple event, what it might do to the market tomorrow. But just let me know what you guys want to do. Let me know what time you guys want to meet, and we'll make it happen. Appreciate all you guys. I'll be on chat for a little bit the rest of the day. So if you see anything that you like, let me know. I'll take a peek at it. But again, just going to stay exposed to Tesla trend as long as I can. Peace out, guys. Have a great rest of your Monday. Great day today.